Story begins with Samuel, a married man whose wife's name is Ashley. On their anniversary, Samuel had planned a surprise for his wife, but unfortunately, he receives a call from his boss informing him that he needs to work a double shift. Disappointed, Samuel cancels his plans and goes to work. At his workplace, we meet Lola, a woman with whom Samuel shares a good friendship. Later on, Samuel buys some flowers for his wife, but upon reaching home, he realizes that she's not there. He notices her purse lying around and tries to call her, but her phone rings from upstairs. Upon investigating, he discovers Ashley being intimate with another man named Damien. Filled with rage, Samuel initially decides to kill both of them, but later changes his mind after drinking alcohol. He points a gun at Damien and asks him to stay, while Ashley is terrified upon seeing her husband. He asked both of them to sit down. He wished his wife a happy anniversary, but became very emotional when he found out she had been cheating on him on their special day. Samuel started asking questions to both of them. He asked Damien how long they had known each other, and Damien told him they had met online about 6 weeks ago. Samuel accused Damien of sleeping with his wife for the last 6 weeks, but Damien denied it and said he had only slept with her 2 or 3 times. Samuel became angry after learning the truth, and Ashley started crying. Samuel noticed a ring on Damien's finger and asked if he was married. Damien admitted that he was married with a son and expecting a daughter. Samuel then told Ashley and Damien to be intimate in front of him, but Ashley refused. She apologized for her mistakes, but Samuel didn't listen and forced them both to be intimate. After they finished, Samuel checked Damien's purse and found a lot of money. He asked Damien why he had so much cash and if he was paying him to sleep with Ashley. It turned out to be true, but Ashley explained that she needed the money to buy a guitar for Samuel, as she didn't have the money for it. Samuel felt bad after hearing this. During their conversation, Samuel found out that Damien was in the Air Force, something that Samuel had wanted to do as well, but was unable to due to some problems. Damien offered to help Samuel get recruited into the Air Force, but Samuel refused to let him go. Samuel asked Damien about his wife, Jasmine, and what she would do if she found out about the affair. Damien said his wife would understand because she had supported him in the past. As they talked, Samuel received a call from his co-worker Lola. She asked him where he was because he hadn't returned to work after his lunch break. Samuel told her that he had encountered some problems at home and was unable to go back to work. He then disconnected the call. Samuel instructs Damien to call his wife and tell her everything. Damien has no choice but to comply, so he makes the call and breaks the news to his wife, Jasmine. Upon learning of her husband's infidelity, Jasmine breaks down in tears. Samuel takes the phone from Damien and has a private conversation with Jasmine, during which they make a plan. Some time passes and Jasmine arrives at the house. Damien is happy to see her, but it soon becomes apparent that Jasmine has a different plan in mind. Samuel and Jasmine proceed to undress in front of Ashley and Damien, and they engage in physical activity. This is all part of a plan to teach their partners a lesson. Despite Ashley and Damien's objections, Samuel and Jasmine do not listen to them. Afterward, Jasmine tells Samuel that he can do whatever he wants with Damien, and she doesn't mind. This upsets Ashley, who tearfully confesses her love for Samuel and apologizes for what happened. Ashley then shares a painful childhood experience. She reveals that her father's boss used to touch her when she was a child, and her father did nothing about it. Eventually, Ashley became pregnant by the boss, who gave her money but then disappeared. Feeling remorseful, Samuel suggests that everyone is guilty of making mistakes at some point in their lives. He then reloads a revolver with 1 bullet and proposes that everyone take turns firing it, and whoever the bullet hits will be considered guilty. The game begins, and there is a gunshot. The screen goes dark, And after some time, Lola arrives at Samuel's house. When nobody answers the door, she spots Samuel's truck and realizes he must be home, and the scene is shown to the audience. As the camera pans inside the house, we see Samuel and Ashley together with Damien's lifeless body lying on the floor. Samuel carries Damien's body out to his backyard, while Ashley remains behind to watch everything unfold. As Samuel starts to bury the body, the camera zooms in on Ashley's scarf lying next to the grave, revealing her involvement in the sinister act. Suddenly, Samuel comes to a realization that all of this was his doing and his wife was no longer by his side. As he looks at Damien's body and Ashley's scarf, he understands that he had planned to kill both of them from the beginning. It dawns on him that everything that had happened in the movie was merely a figment of his imagination. As the scene fades out, we are left with the understanding that this was all a part of Samuel's twisted mind.